on alert for threats to our democracy. Canada's new plan to sound the alarm if foreigners interfere in our elections.
It would be naive of us to assume that we are not a target for a cyber attack.
The plan to prevent a repeat of what happened in the U.S. The new alarm system being put in place in this country, one designed to alert us to foreign interference in our democratic process. It's already chillingly clear how much Russia and other nefarious actors have interfered in other countries. The last U.S. presidential election and the Brexit vote in the U.K. are just two examples. And it's naive to think Canada is immune to it. Today, the federal government announced a plan to tackle it.
Let me be clear. This is not about refereeing the election.
For the first time ever, our security agencies will provide direct security briefings to key members of national political campaigns.
The idea is to interfere with foreign meddling, but not interfere with the democratic process. In tonight's top story, Mike Lucatura explains how the planned alert system will work.
It would be naive of us to assume that we are not a target for a cyber attack.
A stern warning from the minister charged with protecting Canada's electoral system. One study suggests about 1/5 of all tweets posted during the final month of the 2016 U.S. presidential campaign were generated by robots. Now, we didn't see that in our vote, but clearly the game has changed.
Would not have been physically possible in previous elections, and the time frame involved was telescoped, so the magnitude was many times magnified.
To protect against interference, the feds have formed a task force with members from the RCMP, CSIS, and Communications Security Establishment to be on the lookout. And during the election campaign, 5 senior public servants will decide if an incident is serious enough to publicize. But some security experts say there's too much focus on foreign interference when there's a new threat emerging.
Proxies here in Canada who will be used to interfere, and far-right and far-left groups who will have learned from Russian disinformation techniques and will deploy them on their own.
The plan was panned by opposition parties who say the government needs to get Twitter and Facebook on board.
The social media outlets that can weaponize a lie on their platform are not required to do anything substantive in this conversation about spreading mis- and disinformation to Canadian voters in our elections.
The minister has had conversations with social media companies, but no firm commitments.
The social media landscape is so vast and so rapidly moving. Again, it's that reference back to trying to police the Wild West.
The government is also launching a digital literacy program to help Canadians spot disinformation. But senior officials admit election campaigns and democratic debate are rough and tumble, and they're not going to act as arbiters of the truth.